Cuban, the well-known investor off Shark Tank, has set his sights on the world of medications and believes that his new pharmacy can save you hundreds of dollars a month. Is this all just fluff, or is he really going to change the face of the way that Big Pharma works? Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Pharmacy for the People, where I try to put your health back into your hands by giving you the tools that you need to overcome the tyranny of medical complexity and cultural disillusionment. My name is James, I'm a licensed practicing pharmacist, and hey, if you enjoyed this video today, consider subscribing to the channel and then sending the video to someone that you think would also enjoy the video. He's calling it the Mark Cuban CostPlus Drug Company, and they're saying that their mission is to provide safe and affordable medications to every American. So what's different about this online pharmacy compared to any other pharmacy? Well, one thing that they do that I think is really honorable, assuming that it's true, is that they're promoting transparency in their pricing. They tell you exactly what goes into the pricing for your medications. They buy the medication directly from the manufacturer, which is significant, and I'll tell you why in a second. They mark it up by 15%, add on a $3 service fee, a $5 delivery fee, and that is the price of your prescription. But that might not strike you as particularly unusual or significant if you don't know the way that pharmacies typically get their medications and typically set their prices. I gotta warn you, this might be shocking. Like watching a toddler paint a mosaic on a wall using their own diaper paint. Kind of shocking. Not like suddenly realizing that your left hand is an old bowling pin shocking, or like looking out of a window and noticing your reflection but like a skinless version of you looking back at you. Not that kind of shocking, but like shocking in a different... The pharmaceutical supply chain starts exactly where you might think it would, with the medication manufacturer. They take the raw supplies and they turn them into all those dosage forms that we talked about in the last video. Tablets, capsules, liquids, injectables, etc. Wholesalers then buy the medication from the manufacturer in bulk and keep it in their warehouses to distribute out to each individual pharmacy whenever they need it. So each individual pharmacy buys from the wholesaler and they keep what they can on their shelves until you, the patient, comes in with your prescription, hand it to them, and you buy it from the pharmacy. But wait, that sounds pretty straightforward. That's not shocking. Oh, doesn't it sound straightforward? I left out one small detail and one massive issue. Cost. Medications cost a lot of money. Why do our prescriptions cost so much? Well, that's a video for a different day. They are very expensive and there are multiple reasons why. Those of us fortunate enough to afford it, there are insurers or insurance companies that can help us pay for our medications. But what I left out of this process is the dirty underbelly of the supply chain. The pharmacy benefit managers, or PBMs. PBMs are the middleman that the Mark Cuban CostPlus Drug Company is trying to cut out of the picture. They are involved in almost every single one of these interactions, these transactions. The manufacturers pay PBMs to negotiate on their behalf to encourage the insurers to prefer their drug, so that they're more willing to pay for their drug compared to a different one. That is, you go to the pharmacy with a prescription for a medication and the insurance company denies the claim and they say instead, "No, you should buy a different one instead. We like this one more." The insurers pay the PBMs to negotiate prices from the manufacturer on their behalf to get good prices in exchange for preferring their drug. You pay your copay, as it were, or the amount of the amount of money that your prescription costs that your insurance company doesn't cover. You pay that through the pharmacy to the PBM. The pharmacy sends that money to them as well. In exchange, the PBM will send a payment to the pharmacy based on the negotiated price between the manufacturer and the insurer. That does not necessarily mean that they will cover the cost that the pharmacy paid to get it from the wholesaler. It's just the price that they negotiated. So they just send to the pharmacy what they're willing to pay. The PBM also sends money to the insurer for being willing to make the manufacturer's drug higher on their preferred drug list. So the PBMs provide one service, that is to negotiate prices on behalf of the manufacturer, and in exchange the insurer the manufacturer and the individual patient all sends money to them. Hopefully you can see how pharmacy benefit managers have a significant influence on the price of the medication, the price of your insurance, and the price that it costs when you go to pay for your prescription. I'll expand on these ideas a little bit more in a later video and why PBMs grind my gears, but for now, let's look at this new Mark Cuban CostPlus Drug Company's model and how it differs from this other one. So CostPlus buys their medications directly from the manufacturer, acting as their own wholesaler because they have a space where they can just hold it there, at the price set by the manufacturer. They mark that price up by 15%. They add on a $3 processing fee, a $5 delivery fee, and that's it. That's what you pay. That's the end of the equation. But by cutting out the headaches of the PBM, that means they also cut out the benefits of the PBM, which means the Mark Cuban CostPlus Drug Company does not take insurance. So the only way that you can buy from them is with cash. Does that mean if you do have insurance that this won't benefit you at all? Not necessarily. If the cash price that the Mark Cuban Drug Company is willing to offer you is cheaper than what it costs you through your insurance, this might still benefit you. But you have to take into account the premium that you pay to have that insurance, right? So it's not just the cost out of your pocket, but it's the cost out of your pocket plus your monthly premium for your whole insurance, not just your medication insurance. So your equation gets a little bit deeper here, but stay with me. So let's do some math. Let's follow this equation out. What kind of cash prices are we actually talking about? How much money are you really gonna save? Well, some of the examples on his website are pretty impressive. For instance, if you were to pay cash for imatinib, a medication that treats some cancers, if you paid cash at a regular pharmacy for 1 month's supply, you might pay $2,500. The Mark Cuban CostPlus Drug Company will sell that same month's supply to you for $17. $17. 17. For mesalamine, a medication that helps to reduce the inflammation associated with ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease, you might pay $900 a month at a regular pharmacy, but through the CostPlus Drug Company, you'll be paying $33 a month. For fluoxetine, a medication that helps to treat PTSD, depression, anxiety, bipolar disease, etc., it's $23 a month normally, but through them, it's $4 a month. Now, obviously, I'm not going to go through all of these medications, but they do have the prices of every single one of these things listed on their website, which is pretty cool. That's that transparent pricing that I was talking about. Not all of them are huge blockbuster differences in their prices, but if you're taking chronic medications, those small differences or large differences will add up over time. On the other hand, because the Mark Cuban CostPlus Drug Company cuts out that middleman, the PBMs, the pharmacy benefit managers, there are some limitations to their service. They're going out of the conventional method, and so there are some hindrances. Like I said, they don't take insurance. It's cash only. So if you do have insurance and you do pay a monthly premium for that insurance, it's possible that it's still cheaper for you to go the traditional route, just depending on the coverage that you have. Also, they only carry generic medications, no branded stuff. So if what you have, your prescription, is still only made by the original manufacturer, they don't have it. They also don't carry specialty medications like injectables, specially compounded medications, implants, etc., so that's out. Also, don't go there looking for your opiates, your benzos, anything controlled. We haven't talked about controlled medications in this series yet, but a controlled medication is any medication that has a risk for addiction and abuse. So the FDA monitors it much closer than they do with other medications. But if you're taking a controlled medication, you likely know that you're taking a controlled medication because there's more hoops you have to jump through when you go to the pharmacy. We can talk about controlled medications again in a different video. Honestly, it might be faster for you to go onto the Mark Cuban CostPlus Drug Company's website and check it out and see if they actually carry one of the medications that you have, assuming you take medications. They carry the top 100 generic medications, so there's a pretty good chance that they actually do offer something that you're taking. But if they're not offering it right now, don't be discouraged. They say that they're expanding their formulary all the time. Well, wait and see. So if they're not carrying it, just check back later and see if they are carrying it. Also, they only offer service to Americans. So I'm sorry to all of my international viewers out there that... do I have any international viewers? Do I have any viewers? So what does this all amount to? Is Mark Cuban changing the face of pharmacy forever by cutting out the avaricious middleman to bring you better prices? Maybe. This move to avoid the PBM could shift the trend of the pharmacy supply chain and pricing in a big way if it catches on and more places start cutting out the PBMs to get better prices for you. It would force the PBMs to think a little bit more carefully and critically before they leverage the market for profit. And for you and me right now, Mark's service isn't the only service out there for people who are paying cash for medications. Many pharmacies offer what they call a $4 list, which is exactly what it sounds like, just a list of medications that you can get for $4 a month. Walmart may have been the first pharmacy to do this, but a lot of pharmacies now offer a $4 to $10 medication list where you can find things for pretty cheap. So if you are paying cash for medications or just looking to save a little bit, you can just try Googling the $4 list for whatever pharmacy you typically get your medications filled at. See what they can do to help you. If it's more convenient for you to just go down the street and pick up your medications, or if you prefer to see a pharmacist face-to-face than ordering online, then, check out these $4 med lists and see if they can help a little bit. And I want to put another plug in for independent pharmacies here, as opposed to the big chain pharmacies that tend to treat their employees like the actual scuds that you pull out of a shower drain. Independent pharmacies have a lot more leeway in the way that they set their prices. And I didn't explain why in this video, but they do. So you can try searching for independent pharmacies in your area and see if there's one that you can transfer your prescriptions to get them cheaper. You can go down there, meet the pharmacist face to face, and find out what they can do to help you. I've worked with a few independent pharmacists and I've seen them firsthand cut something off of their bottom line to help the patient who's in need. They're able to do that, but the larger companies, they don't have a say in the pricing and they can't do that. So it might be worth your time. So that's all to say that Mark Cuban's new pharmacy, the pharmacy whose name I've had to practice 16,000 times shooting this video because Mark Cuban's CostPlus Drug Company refuses to roll off my tongue, his company could legitimately save you a lot of money and make a big splash in the world of big pharma. But it's not the only option out there to save you money on prescriptions. Okay, last thing before I go. In case it wasn't perfectly clear, I'm not getting anything from CostPlus or Mark Cuban to talk about this. This is not an advertisement. This is me seeing something new on the horizon, hoping that it might help you and your family find affordable ways to deal with medication issues. This video is as free from conscious bias as possible, except for the way that I feel about companies that leverage profits over people. I've put links to the CostPlus website down in the description of the episode, but you can find it at CostPlusDrugs.com. Not a big mystery there. Check it out. See if they can save you money, headache, time. See what medications they make available. Check out Mark Cuban's face. He looks nice. He looks tired, but nice. Hey, thank you so much for your time and your attention today. If you enjoyed this video, let me know by liking it and subscribing. If you're mad about the cost of your medications, let me know in a comment down below so we can commiserate and then hopefully build up towards a video where we talk about the cost of medications. Thanks for watching, and hopefully now you're a little bit more equipped to deal with medication issues for yourself and your family. Power to the people.